Go. Oh, Mom, you actually look cute today.
Well, actually, look alike with yourself.
I think as I get older, I start to look more and more like you. Hi, Allison. You're the first one here. Welcome.
Hi, Alison. Welcome. Welcome. Diary of a vegan. These days, I feel like a vegan. Oh, flour. Oh, no wheat flour, I should say.
But that you're not really a vegan, Mom, with just no flour. I
Yeah,
think you can eat flour as a vegan.
yeah. I guess I do, huh?
Yeah.
But I'm just no wheat flour. I'm still having meat, chicken back, liver, all them nice little things I want to like eat.
Hi, Kendrick. Hi, Pauline.
Hi, hi.
Welcome to live. GG4 in the house. Hi.
Our lighting seems to be fluctuating in and out. So it get bright, then it gets dark.
Oh yeah, I noticed it. Maybe it's a shadow outside.
Mm-hmm. Everyone, you can ask me a question now, actually. Nobody's here yet but you.
Hi, Sophia for Christ.
Sophie is always here. Hi, Sophie. So is Dwayne. Hi, Dwayne. Thanks for coming back on live.
Kendrick is usually here as well.
Yeah, Kendrick is usually here, yes. Pauline seems new.
I think I've seen Pauline
G's,
before.
G's,
GG4 is new.
GG4 seems new.
Melly Poo,
Hi,
hi.
GG4. Thank you for joining us. Jack Badu. Jack Badu. That name sounds. I used to know some Badus. I'm trying to remember where. I knew a family by the name of Badu once.
Mm. But his name is not Badu, it's Bodu.
Queens, New York. Hi, Joy. Yeah, thanks for watching.
Yeah, Joy's normally here as well.
Yeah, hi, Dawn. Dawn says she miss you guys. Yes, miss you guys too. I mean, you guys keep me in the loop.
I know, right?
I'm sure I missed so much information just not being here. Bogged down with construction school.
But you're finished now, right?
Me finished. Them not finished, but me done. I'm done, guys.
So you don't want a paper?
No, sir. To do what? I've already learned everything I need to learn. It's not paper do it, it's knowledge.
Knowledge.
Yeah. That's what a lot of students miss. When you go to school, it's not about the paper, it's about the knowledge that you receive.
Mm-hmm.
The people that you meet who will forever be a source of knowledge if you allow them, you know?
Mm-hmm. Nothing just knowledge, but good contacts, links.
Yeah. I remember I did a course when I was doing paralegal course. Claire, is it a Claire or Clara? I'm trying to remember her name.
Why do I think it's Clara?
Clara worked in the bank. And Clara said to me one day, we're studying, you know, and she knew I was in real estate. She said, "Must the bank have a property selling in a foreclosure." And I did go and look at the property up on Reddings Road. And I looked at the property. It was an older property. Older lady was there. And she's going into foreclosure because her son took a loan and didn't pay back the money. So the bank foreclosing. I was right there. I was like literally the first person looking at this property. Mm-hmm. I could have easily bought the property.
I looked at the property with you.
Yeah, it was an older house.
Why didn't you buy it though?
Why? Because at the time, your father said, we can't buy it. You can want to buy everything in Jamaica.
Dad actually said that. Yeah. It sounds like him though.
Yeah. No, we were doing something else. No, we're building another place. So I was building another place, not him. I was building another place. I was building Coopersville at the time. Them say you can afford it. You gonna want to know your money. You're gonna leave that and for go run go on that and it was $4 million.
$4 million on Red Hills, Maine. It's
Red Hills Road, Maine.
yeah.
It is now a four. No, it's now a 6 apartment building.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes the people are around you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be careful of that, right? Somebody asked me, Melissa Camelot, she said 144 million. Not yet. But I tell you, I'm watching that one real close, Alison.
But why you guys selling Camelot, Bobby? You need somewhere to live.
Can't live anywhere. Sell enough people also, then can't beg a catch.
I know, right?
Um,
There's enough clients on the North Coast.
yeah, man, holy man, holy. I have some coming up now to get in Fairway Estates.
Mm-hmm.
We'll soon be getting their keys. That Fairway Estates just ran away with us from 255,000 to 340,000 in 1 year. It just literally ran away.
What I like though is that the developer also did Polo
Villas.
Villas, and though it's a similar house, they
Mhm.
really turned it up a notch.
Yeah, they bumped it up.
Yeah.
So they gave us an extra washroom in it. Really nice. But Camelot,
The finishes too are nicer.
44 million. I am rooting for somebody to buy it. Hey, I might just go look and buy it myself.
I know it's gonna sell though, right?
44 million.
Because even at 44 million, it's still one of the cheaper properties that you can get. New gated community, North Coast,
Sea
close
view.
to the main,
Sea
with
view.
sea view.
Yeah.
Even at 44 million.
Yeah. And with all the stuff coming on that North Coast, guys, I tell you, if you can get in, especially if you can get into Draxall, look out for the Draxall development. I'm going to be bringing that up later down in the year or early next year. So save up your money.
Mm-hmm.
Just beside Draxall, Miami Bay has been now dubbed a entertainment zone. Massive things are coming. Massive, bigger than me and you can dream of. You know, the Chinese own a couple acreages of land. I think it's about 1,000 acres along the stretch right there.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you know, they're big, big things when the Chinese jump in, right? So look out for it. If you can afford to buy, you need to buy now, right?
Right. Sophia wants to know, when banks foreclose on a home, do the owners have a chance to sell it still?
Not when they foreclose. When it is at auction, so it's 3 stages: auction, private treaty, foreclose. Foreclose, you're dead in the waters. No, because the bank has already put their name on the title. They have taken it away from you. But at auction stage, so when them write here and say, oh, gonna auction this on July 10, 2020, whatever, you can still find a buyer and buy the place. When it moves from, so it went to auction, it wasn't sold. Now it goes into private treaty, where they're inviting persons now to bid on it, to make an offer, and so on. That is, and I use bid in the wrong term. Bid is used when you actually had the auction. When you had the auction, you make a bid.
Mm-hmm.
Private treaty, you submit an offer, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you submit the offer, the bank looks at it and says, yeah, okay. This price value, this play, we had it up for 15 million. This person offering 13, 14, maybe. We don't have another offer, so we'll take it. You can still sell your property even when it's under auction or under private treaty. May go to auction, may go to private treaty, no buyer. The bank just get fed up of you. You not pay them, no mind. Put it in their name.
Yeah.
But to put it in their name in Jamaica is a process. So when you see a bank really have a foreclosure property on their list, know that they have went through auction, went through private treaty, gone to the court to get, because a court thing now, you know,
in about 2 years, don't
yeah,
they?
because they have to prove to the court that yes, we did try to sell it. Yes, we did try to sell it at a reasonable price. There were no offers that we could have even refused. So the court now says yes, okay, and gives, because in Jamaica we have right of redemption. And we'll discuss all those terms when we get into the nitty-gritty of the real estate. For the first 6 weeks, what we're looking at is more touchy-feely things, your headspace, how you feel. Like today I'm going to be doing emotional intelligence, because all of these things, we did inflation, what else we did? We did procrastination, because all of these things impact how you move forward in the investment. Some of you tend to be a little too emotional. You're not making rational decisions.
Or can't make any decision.
Yeah, or you procrastinate, you don't make a decision. So you lose out. We don't want that to happen. So which is why I'm spending the first 6 weeks, now that I'm back on live, just really getting your headspace right. There are some things that you have to understand that is your enemy, like inflation, public enemy number one. That will knock you sideways. But it also has its advantages,
Mhm.
especially if you're already in real estate, which is why you get in. That's why you get in, because if you don't have a ticket, you don't have a chance. I'm borrowing that slang from a lot of people. You don't have a ticket, you don't have a chance. So you're not in the game, you don't have a chance. But to get in the game, you must study the game. So I always say, you study the game, you study the players in the game, and you study the rules. Any game, you have to study, right? So, like those of you who jumped into my book club, we did about 2 or 3 book clubs already. I know you're happy, you learned a lot, and you were able to take action because now you have the information. Because what? You studied the route, you studied the game of real estate. So we will be opening up at the book club. So I have an advanced group of persons that we'll probably have an advanced group, and then we still have a beginners group for those of you who have never been onto our book clubs. So in our book clubs, we usually study 3 books at a time. So we study the fundamental, those books that tell you about real estate and how fundamentally what you need to do in life to start getting ahead. One of those books is The Richest Man in Babylon. So very first book. Everybody I meet us and read a book. You got to read a book, guys. Those of you on here who don't read that book yet, you're doing yourself a this service.
And you read like Bible.
Yeah. So we go through. Another one we do is Think and Grow Rich. That book in the front actually tells you to form a book club. It says it. It says get together with a group of friends, read it, talk about it, discuss it, quarrel about it. The concepts actually tells you to do it. Problem is that a lot of persons don't read, right? And then the third book that we did was Robert Kiyosaki's What the Rich Teach Your Children That the Poor Don't, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. That book. You notice all the books are rich in it, yeah. Rich is a theme, guys. So thank you for joining. Let me see. We can take another question, then we'll get into it. So yes, homeowners do have a chance to sell. Hi, good evening, Jane. So G4 says, can you tell us what documents are acceptable to the parish council in submitting a blueprint if you don't have a registered title? Sale agreement, I think. Your conveyance agreement. Property tax certificate, I think those are it. We have to get on that website and check it. But yes, some of those things are acceptable if you don't have you can do a letter from the person who actually owns the property. To say, so suppose your mother owns the property and you go and bill, you name it on the title. You can get a letter, I think, signed by JP and all of that. Notarized to say yes, she gives you permission to bill.
But isn't that 2 different situations?
Mm-hmm. Yes. What do you mean 2 different situations?
One is you have a title, but it's not in your name. And the other one is you don't have a title at all.
Right, he doesn't have a registered title. But why don't have a registered title? It's so easy to get a registered title, guys.
Well, not easy.
Oh, that reminds me. I need to discuss.
Is it that easy?
It is. You just have to put it in and wait.
Yeah, I think the waiting is probably the longest.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't have a registered title, but you live on the property or your parents live on the property, you can go to Geoland and they'll assist you with a registered title. I can also do it as your agent on the Geoland, right? So I would get the documents from you and do the running around inside of Geoland to get it. And it is a running around in Geoland to get it. But Geoland is who actually does the steps of interfacing with the people. Now, what happens is you have to get two persons who know the land over 30 years, and those persons must be over 50 years old. You have to get any receipts that your parents had bought the land, or some anything that say, oh, my granny did give me the land. Some persons actually have a will, right? They just don't have a type of them of a will to say, granny, someone must get this from this and that. So you have to prove that, and the property taxes must be paid up, and we get the tax certificate. And then we start going through the steps. It's gonna take you about a year or two, more like 2. But if you start now, so you have to plant the tree now, guys. So if you plant, you can plant 2 trees now. You can plant a maca tree. 2 years from now, you still only have a maca tree, a juke you on your side and say, where the title, where the title. But if you plant a tree that's gonna bear some fruit, like calling Miss Davis, I said, Miss Davis, I have this property and then in my family, I don't have a title, I need you to help me get it.
It's a process, though.
It's a process.
You have to have some really good patience.
Yeah. In Jamaica, you have to have patience.
Yeah.
All right. So you're still waiting to see the Cooper's Hill. That's when Tony, have we abandoned the Cooper's Hill? Remember you did the plumbing? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You haven't really abandoned it. You just had a lot of other little projects to do.
Major projects. We have done other bigger houses on Cooper's Hill. Plus we have other. So what happens is that we jump into subdivisions. So you still see one of our subdivisions come out. We actually have a subdivision coming up at the same Cooper's Hill. So we jumped into other things, and we don't live there. So we were supposed to go there and live, but we actually don't live there.
I think with Xander and Zaven, living there just didn't make any sense.
No, we didn't decide to live there even before Xander and Zaven.
Really?
Xander and Zaven had nothing to do with us not living there.
So what?
Xander live don't affect us living there. Them will live anywhere we live. Rachel would work, remember, the commute. Because Red Hills is very trafficy now, guys. When it rains, it's even worse. So
I think Red Hills is like me going to retire.
Yeah, and then
live in the house for only on Saturdays.
All right, and then these guys don't drive, so just to buy a bread would be a challenge for them, right?
Good thing I don't eat bread.
Good thing you don't eat bread anymore. Yeah, so I'm actually probably thinking I'd probably sell that property. Either sell it or make it in some halfway house. I've been toying with that idea too. Persons who really need somewhere to live in a transitionary state could live there. I've been thinking about that too, because it's really a house that I don't use. Imagine a house you don't use. After you start by real estate, you realize that.
But Claudia's home for transitioning lifestyle.
And there's some properties you don't use. You see, the thing with the real estate is in the chase. It's like the dog and the bone.
After you acquire it.
Yeah, and him chase the wheel moving. If he could only catch the wheel.
But the thing is, after you've gotten it, you should put it into income earning and then
Why?
let it do the work.
Why? So that you don't have to work?
No, but what's the point of buying it and putting it down?
Because you just like to buy it. What else you gonna do with the money? Keep it in the bank? That's the worst one.
No sense.
No. It's called land banking, guys. Not putting the money in the bank.
If you had just purchased land and put it down, then I could understand that.
No, but remember that the block
building.
Yeah, but the block has still costs money.
Yeah, but so it's deteriorate if you're not there to do something with it.
No, but you have to keep it. But you don't keep the money in the bank. You buy block, steel, sand, gravel, like my DJ said. Yeah, that's what you do. So Birdie, good evening. Hi, Birdie. So the Cooper's Hill, we may get back to it, but we have other things lined up. We may get back to it. Yeah, we should, Tony. True. How do you know if you can get 100% mortgage or a 95%? If you live in Jamaica, you can get 100%. If you're locally here, if you're overseas, 95%. Sophia says, Red Hills is suitable if you work from home. Once you pass the square, it becomes a challenging daily commute. Yes, you could have got a whole university degree in your car. with that but that commute. um, so what was the question? Thanks for the reply, ladies. Just a thought I had. Thanks again.
That was about the foreclosure.
The foreclosure.
Staff says, can house prices realistically just keep going up? I mean, there seems to be no end in sight. Well, in the history of Jamaica, house prices have continuously gone up. I'm not seeing the end as yet. You think we're gonna have a depression with prices?
We had a
in the 70s.
In the 70s. Remember when the whole communist thing came about, guys? Some of you are probably too young to know that. But in the 70s, early 80s, I think it was, late 70s, early 80s, we had a scare. A person thought Michael Malley was going communism because he was really close to the Cuban president at the time, which was Fidel Castro. And that government actually gave us quite a number of things. They gave us G.C. Foster College.
That high school.
They gave us the high school that took on Jose Marti, fully equipped with all sports equipment and everything. I mean, the same G.C. Foster, they have a wicked diving pool. I mean, no other Caribbean island, I think, have that right now. So they thought that because he was really close with Cuba.
But that didn't happen.
No. And the business people started to run away. So, of course, they were selling their houses left, right, and center. And that's when some Jamaicans rolled in and bought houses. So, in everything, there's an up and a down. So, a lot of persons who own property up in Millsboro, Dillsbury, Kingston 6 Zone, and up all about.
And Kingston 8.
And Kingston 8 bought the properties at that time. However, some of them lost back the property and family members sell the property and go back into poverty, I call it. So in that time, which was how long ago? Somebody do the maths. 1982, 2023. How many years is that?
30 plus years, almost 40.
So that's when prices had depreciated. But since that, I don't think any Jamaica selling around leave them house, no.
Unless something drastic were to happen.
Something drastic ever happened. What's driving prices, though, is demand, right? Demand is driving prices. Inflation also drives prices, as we discussed last week or the week before. So,
but our demand is, we don't produce houses at a fast rate in Jamaica, and we don't have just Jamaicans living here wanting to purchase houses.
Mm-hmm.
It's massive people from overseas, trying to purchase.
Right. Second generation Jamaicans are also purchasing. Second and third generations have come to the island, love it, and just have their money now and want to buy. So what a lot of persons don't seem to understand, you keep saying, oh, Jamaica. Oh, that's work that's in a Jamaica. Come on, guys. Jamaica is the gem of the Caribbean. Hands down. There is no country in the Caribbean that can come near us except maybe for Cuba. So Cuba in term, and it's because Cuba kind of have a little damper thing with the West, but our infrastructure, our buildings, if you come into St. Andrew now, some wicked skyscrapers going up, I tell you, saying, man, the architects really turn it up. Look like them go foreign and learn and come back. I'm looking at these buildings, I'm like, wow, they're pretty, they're beautiful, I'm loving them. You know, and you see these new buildings beside these old architecture, you realize that, wow, we're really getting there, you know? So it's demand is driving. Mm-hmm. Don't forget the country and the people too. It's very easy to live here. There's nothing difficult about living in Jamaica.
I know.
Those of you who think that it is difficult to live here, it's really because I'm going to do something called emotional intelligence. You're going to realize that your brain is a powerful thing, you know. It's a powerful thing. I was watching this lady on YouTube and she was quarreling, jumping to my screen that she said the Black Americans, them don't have no tantamount to don't have no manners, don't have no whatever.
No behavior.
No behavior. I'm trying to remember her name. Some of you probably know her. She used to do Airbnb. And she said, no, she's not doing no more Airbnb. We call her Barefoot something or another, but I can't remember. One of you probably know. You can drop it in the chat. And she says, listen, I used to have the stress overseas and I decided to come home and just build my board house and live my life. It's perception. Mm-hmm. And the lady's the happiest thing ever. And then people come and stress the lady. Really? So, you see, everybody must decide for themselves what makes them happy. You must decide that. For me, living in a country like Jamaica makes me happy. Yesterday I was coming in with Rambo. Rambo is, you will see Rambo to one of my videos. Rambo is a young man that I used to, like, he will clean up a yard for me or a house or something. And we're coming in from Spanish Town. I'm a call and I'm a brethren. I say, Hector, you have any mango? I say, yeah, man, call Auntie, man. I'm going to call him Auntie that I Kelly. I said, Kelly, we're there on the road now. I'm going to pass your house soon. You have any mango? She said, yeah, man. And me and him go there. Park, drive in at them yard. And Rambo jump up in a tree. Boom, boom, boom. Mango roll down. I catch her. So I wasn't that we could even catch. Tony, did you take the mangoes out of the car?
I don't think I did.
I bet you those mangoes. Oh,
I didn't know we had mangoes.
The mangoes are still in the car. Some nice Julia and Blackie mangoes. I got a whole box of mangoes. And these days we're getting the mangoes because I got mangoes around the road to East Indian mangoes around the road to from one of my other brethren, Robert. So this is what I love about Jamaica. I don't have to step more than 2 steps on me and food in my belly. Right now, if today Sunday I don't cook anything now, I can step across the road and go to my friend Mary's. I say, Mary's, we not even have to sit down. Just sit down on the chair and watch TV and then see a plate of food that come in my hand.
It's true. It's just Jamaica.
The first thing check I ask you, want something to drink? What you have? Coconut water, pineapple juice. All the things I've been having in my house.
I know some yard in Jamaica, you know you gotta get food once you go there.
Yeah, and you gotta upgrade your food, I gotta upgrade. I was at another friend, Latoya's house since week, in the middle of the week here. And Latoya's daughter cooked kidney and white rice. I tell you, it was the best food. I'm like, kidney, oh, this kidney tastes so wussy. Kidney and white rice. Yeah. So you see, and I was there talking to her, we're chatting about stocks and we're doing all kind of things. And before you know it, dinner come on my foot. Me not forgot nowhere. But yeah, I tell you guys, Jamaica is one of the best places to live. When I'm driving around, I can't stop at the beach. I just hang there. I have my phone, I answer 2 WhatsApp messages, answer some phone call, chill. Somebody gonna walk up to me. How you doing? Can I buy you a drink? There you go. If I decide to take him on, he's gonna buy me a drink. Mm-hmm. So my drink is cranberry juice, or I might order Malta. I'm gonna take me on. Then before you know it, I'm gonna say, what do you want to eat? And we will sit there and chat. And of course, you know me, I chat about real estate. Mm-hmm. And me sit down there and chat about real estate the whole time with him, and you know, everybody perk up when you talk about real estate. So I would have had my lunch, I would have met a good person. We may chat after that or not. But I tell you that Jamaica is the best, absolutely best country to live in. Hands down. I don't see anywhere. I've been to England, cool like hell.
You've been to Panama?
Panama, Curacao, Canada. The great Canada that you all love to talk about. That's not for me.
There's somebody in the chat from Canada. Marcia is from Swashigan?
Swashigan, yeah. Canada is a nice, beautiful place too. Everywhere is clean and whatever. But I don't know if I could live somewhere I don't know my next door neighbor. I don't think so. You're walking down the street and you don't even know the people. I'm like, no way.
I don't think I could live anywhere where people don't genuinely just give you food because they're your neighbors.
Yeah, I don't think so. Plus, I want to live in a country where naturally I can grow stuff. Tony into this growing thing now. So I said, Tony out there struggling now with, what are you struggling with now? Carrots,
cucumber. My watermelons failed the other day. The heat got them.
You need to go to school to learn something.
And I need to figure out how to grow sweet peppers. I've done 2 batches of sweet peppers and the first batch didn't make it. The leaves turned white and they died. And the second batch, I got 2 little sweet peppers on it.
The only thing I see she probably grows a pumpkin. I look like anybody can grow a pumpkin. But you need to go to school.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody, you're gonna see some videos coming out. I've been to the Heart Trust NTA. They have a school out at Tollgate, Clarendon. What's it called? Ebony Park, where they do agriculture, they do hospitality. What else I do? I know the agriculture hospitality stuck out with me. Turf management, those of you who want to do landscaping, they do all of that. And guess what? They can board up to 500 children. So if you have your niece, nephew, or even your own child at home not doing anything, you're in Jamaica, you're wondering what to do with them. They board them 3 meals a day, right? So they also do animal rearing. So they teach you how to rear chicken, goats, rabbit. Is there a piggery? Trying to remember. I was
There's
at the
sheep.
goat section. Sheep. Is there sheep? I don't remember seeing any sheep.
There should be if they're doing goat.
Yeah, I was at the goat section. I was at the cattle. So they teach you cattle rearing and how to milk cow and all of that. So you can go learn it. And them have day school, full time, all kind of things. You can board there. I was telling Tony that if she really want to do this farming thing, if you go and go learn it, as I said, if you're going to play the game,
Mm-hmm.
you must know the rules. You must study the game. So all this thing about your plant, what? What is your plant and it fail? Sweet pepper,
Sweet pepper.
and it fail. If you had gone to school and studied and doing what you're supposed to do. But then farming for her is just a hobby, guys.
Mm-hmm.
She's not taking it serious. Yes.
I think it's something to occupy my mornings.
Yeah. She gonna go talk to them. But I'm like, so when am I going to get something to eat out of this farm? Let's hope the cucumbers come.
I know. Let's hope.
Hi, Marcia Sasquatchian. The issue is Safi says, issue is an island, the entire country of Jamaica is prime and prime real estate, even the ghetto. So the prices will always remain steady or increase. So people shouldn't think that prices will reduce. No, please don't. If you're looking to buy a piece of real estate in this country, you need to hop on that now. Do not wait because, as Safi says, prime real estate is scarce too. Not everywhere is prime like that. You can make it prime though. Actually went and looked at the property today though at Maxfield Avenue. Then I see those coming out too. I stood there and looked at it and I could think of a million things that I could do with this place. Even with them say Maxfield Avenue, I get to and all of the whatever around me. I could do a million things with the property. We just need new minds to come in, new money, as they say, right? As a matter of fact, across the street is a doctor who diagnosed me as being pregnant with Tonya. Forget the name of the clinic. I went near.
I keep
De La
thinking-
Cree Park.
I
De
think-
La Cree, the road name
I'm not sure.
of Maxfield Avenue, just across the street.
I remember going there and getting an injection for the first time.
Mm-hmm. Miss D, you cannot really think that Kamala is worth 44 million for the little piece of house. If so much, are all the larger homes in gated communities center and must be worth 55 million.
They are.
They are.
More like 70 million.
Tony, take another question. Let me just check my phone. Let me see something. I tell you, when price moving, everything moving. I remember willing buyer and willing seller. And then, what is the competition to? Your competition determine the price too.
Peter Gay says, good evening, ladies. Claudia, I'm purchasing a property in Out of the Blue, JA. Is it right that after a new development, the structure has to be checked by the government before handing over the property?
Not that I know.
Well, Out of the Blue is in conjunction with NHT.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So they would, NHT is a government company, so they would definitely send somebody to make sure. But usually it's checked by the quantity, QS people, and it's checked by the structural engineer to make sure that it is okay. So usually developers like a Gore or a Wicon, those big developers would have those people either hire them or have them on the team to do it. You want another question? The property has been dragging on for almost 2 years. Which property?
I guess Out
of the Blue. Oh, you can't get the property yet. Yeah, because actually Kamala come up and sell off
Kamala
almost
came
finished.
after Out of the Blue.
Out of the Blue too. And they did 600 houses. I wonder how many houses Out of the Blue doing. So fair. You can't answer. Read the question. I'm trying to find something.
Sophia is just saying that I really don't think real estate prices will fall anytime soon. So it's all about jumping into the market as soon as possible. Yes.
You always jump into the market. Real estate is one of those things where most of the population find it hard to buy. So it'll always be like a piece of gold that you want but you can't get.
But it's actually the easiest thing to buy.
It is.
All you need to do is have a job that pays a decent income.
Do have a decent data. 60,000 can buy a place.
Right.
60,000 a month.
If you start early. So if you just leave college or just leave high school and have your first work and you're contributing to the National Housing Trust, right? And then you add a saved deposit or borrowed deposit, then you can purchase your first property. I think a lot of people don't keep it at the forefront of their mind that they need to purchase the real estate until it's too late and that they're already heavily indebted with other things. Children, cars, spouses.
All right, so we're going to look at, go down the line. I'm going to bring up my system.
Oh, somebody wants to know, what about Patrick City for investment?
Depends on what you're investing for. Patrick City is good for rental because it's on a bus route and all of that.
It's also in St. Andrew.
It's in St. Andrew. Yeah, people are, rental is strong.
And on the front, it has so many commercial buildings, plazas going on that it's great for people who traverse that area.
Yeah, it is. All right, so Kay says, I repeated Miss D's book club, and man, I'm glad I did. Looking forward to taking it again. Oh, yes, Kay, so you can jump into the advanced one. I'm going to do stocks in the advanced one as one of the other vehicles. But we're going to study it properly, not just jump in there and say, yeah, well, I think now I never go up, let me just jump in. Oh my God, I lose a shot.
Is there a way to know if it's going to go up or down?
You have to study the game.
Yeah.
You have to study the rules. And you have to study the players. Don't it?
Kendrick says 50 years, not 30, it's 50.
50 years.
Wow.
Since the last downturn. I wonder if we're right for one now.
How often does a downturn happen?
It depends on what's happening politically and economically. So right now, politically, we seem to be stable. We have heavy investments from the Chinese. Back in the 70s, the Chinese weren't here with that level of money. Cuba government came in, but not with that level of money. Chinese gave us the highway, finished build highway north-south for us. They're continuing the highway on the Mandeville side. With them kind of heavy invest, plus them do St. Thomas, no, all the way to Portland. Then we're jumping into from Miami Bay straight down to Palmetto or wherever they said they're going. I think Discovery Bay, are they going there? With them kind of heavy infrastructure investments. Why would I think that housing prices would depreciate?
Housing prices, if anything, is gonna go up.
Yeah, plus along the corridors.
Yeah.
Plus, they're doing some heavy restructuring in terms of roads in Montego Bay area. I'm not familiar with that side that much. I only went out there when I was doing Ocean Point, but I understand that they're going to be doing some roads out there, man. I think they might be building a bypass to the town. Somebody who know about Moby, put it in the chat what them doing, because with that, and the works are right around the island. So in the east, you have that road going in now, straight to Portland from St. Andrew. You have something going on in the west. We'll have something going on in the north. North coast is going to get a real upgrade 4-lane. And we have inland from north-south highway, or from south of the island, which is
Manchester.
Mandela to north. And then we have middle of the island again, Mandela into the central, which is Manchester.
Okay.
So you see, The government of Jamaica is right round trying to get us mobile, moving. With that kind of a speed that's gonna be happening, um, development have to go with it. We have so many hotels also coming in the north, right? With the speed at which, plus, you guys, you must follow the developers. So basically, the developers have rolled out. Them are build, so why you afraid for build? Them are buy land, so why you afraid to go like a 2 cent out their pocket and buy land? They're investing billions of dollars. Billions. So me and you like a 2 cent. You can't afraid to invest that. You follow them. You see Gora roll up, cement mix and him soon gone, them soon gone somewhere else. Right now, them in Portmore, in Phoenix, and them at Camelot. Them wrapping up Camelot soon because them put out phase 5 and that finish. And they're gonna do a phase 6, but that's some townhouses. You see Gore I do that. You also saw where Wicon came up with what a scheme the name in beside the stadium. A massive high rise at Stadium Gardens. I forget what it's called.
I can't remember the name.
Loft. The Loft. They came with that. Right?
And they did that one out by Harbour View.
Harbour View, yes. And they did Red Hills Road. Mm-hmm. And they did one in Portmore. When you see all of that happening, you see New Era coming out with another set of houses. Chemtech is at Old Harbour. And Chemtech going Portmore too. And go over there and sell off. 20,000 people are chase 1,000 house. You don't need nothing more than that. What kind of house price are gonna drop? When? In a which lifetime?
Maybe after the 20,000 people get house.
Maybe after the 20,000. You're right. So what come build 20,000 house give them now? Ooh, when? So guys, come on. You have to understand.
I mean, the only person to that is government. That government not doing that. Government building road so that you can go build those.
I think they're getting ready to enter though. So like NHT, based on how they've now restructured though, you get the loan, they pass it on to the banks. I think they're getting ready to enter more, to build more.
Housing agency too.
Housing agency of Jamaica too. So the Jamaica, we are just, so that was when? 50 years? We're now 60 what years old. Somebody remind me. We're 60 something years old. We're a young nation. We're not 200 and 300 like some nations. So we're still growing, I would say. Still growing.
I think we just reach our, you know that in everyone's lifespan, you have a part where you're just learning and you go through the emotions.
Infancy.
Yeah. And then you have a section where you've gotten kind of steady, and then something happens to you, and all of a sudden you're producing more, and then you kind of
in your brain and everything.
And I think that's where we are now.
Yeah,
we're just
starting to produce, to bloom, to burst out, as them would have said, right? But you have to burst out with us. You can't be left behind. The Prime Minister spoke about being digital, guys. I hear everybody cuss out the Prime Minister. Oh, digital. Oh, the market woman will get our money. And well, listen. When the horse gone through the gate, the government has spent money to actually build a digital currency. We're one of the first countries that did it too, right? They've also spent money in getting some paper money too. So we're going to change our currency soon. The world is going digital. Do you want to be left behind? So when everybody did start wear shoes and socks in Jamaica, people did barefooted down. Who decided to stay barefooted or get left behind? You have to go wear the shoes and socks. There was a time when we only had donkey carts to take us around, or horse riding to take us around. Then we went to cars, went to bicycles, went to cars. Airplane. For you to get from Canada, England, America to come here is an airplane. The world is moving ahead.
But you have to move ahead. To that, Mom, before we were just starting out with computers.
Yeah.
And everybody had to struggle through learning DOS.
So yeah, I remember that. When I went to England, I couldn't even turn on a computer. I struggled so much. No, them build an interface and I can go so boom, 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 boom. Even at my old age, you know. So therefore, I am one of them who believes in learning, lifelong learning. You have to learn. You have to be nimble. You have to be agile. I did netball. I had to learn to pivot, catch the ball, turn, look for the next person, pass it, or like when we won the competition. Walker was our coach. Trying to remember his first name. What was his first name again, Tony? He was our coach and he taught us know the next pass. In other words, know that the ball coming to you. So the center I used to play either center, wing attack, or wing defense. I have to know when I'm at wing attack, I me the ball I come to, so I have to go feet. And when me met the term, I know who me I look for, me I send it there, so whether or not she dead there, she get it there, so. Because that's how we're trained.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? We're not trained for stop, look, and I wonder, what this girl I didn't know, I want to find her. No, we don't. Oh, come on, guys. To win that competition, he taught us that. Claudia, go for the ball, go for the ball. So I'm going to stand up and wait for the girl to throw the ball to me. But move towards her, forget it. It's the same thing in real estate. You have to go feet. You have to move towards it. Run it down, as them would say. Right? And when you get it now, you have to know where your next move. So when I buy a piece of land, so even with the Red Hills, I knew what was my next move. But things change and things happen. So I have to be nimble, I have to be quick. So if a next piece of property come and jump in front of me, I have to make a decision fast. I have to say, oh, do I switch to this? Does it make sense to continue putting this 5 or 10 million in this property? When we could have taken the 5 million or 10 million and put it in this property and I realize I profit sooner. You have to be able to make that decision fast. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You have to be nimble, be quick, jump over the candlestick. All them something I want to learn at basic school and primary school, them are real life. You must be able to pivot, be flexible. Don't go against the wind. So when I see you talking about, oh, the man come with digital and I resist. Remember we talked about that last week too? Talk about resistance, didn't we? Talk about resistance.
What was it? Internal enemy?
Internal enemy. Resisting. You say, no, I'm afraid to jump off of the ship. Everybody I jump off of the ship and you dip on the ship and the ship and sink. And you want a life jacket, you know, jump off. So this is it. You have to look, analyze. You listen to other persons, but you yourself have a brain that can analyze things. So you must analyze. If me and you sitting in our little square, there are certain things we have no control over. We cannot control interest rate. We cannot control inflation. We cannot control who the prime minister is, as much as you love to believe that. The office of the prime minister. Hold on 1 second, everybody. Tony, I think your power is going to go down.
No.
You have enough power?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not the power that went down. The Apple forgot that you were on, so it was
Went to sleep.
Because I haven't touched the keys in a while.
All right. You see, even the computer programmed to the certain thing. You have to program yourself too, right? So you have to understand the world is going in a certain direction. You must know where to pass the ball. Just like in netball that he taught us, or you're not going to win, you're going to lose. You must know when you must go for the ball. So when you must go for your piece of real estate, you must know when you're going to pass it on to, who you're going to pass it on to, how is it going to pass on, what next, who is going to take up the battle, the mantle, right? So I know that if I have this property, make it into a rent, I'm going to pass it to Tonya, right? Then Tonya know that she must pass to her sister and train her sister. And they both know that, listen, as soon as these two grandchildren get to a stage, not as soon, we have to get them there. So right now, with Tony and them have to learn to go, they go dig up the ground, plant the seed, all of that Xander do with Tony and water the plants. All of that is part of engagement. The other day I see she have him, Tony must send out a video then. Tony have him wash the mosquito meshes for the windows, right? So all of that is training. That's training. And you have to do it. You have to be nimble. You have to get yourself moving, right? I would encourage everyone to buy land. Oh, Tony, Marilla say, me and you look alike.
We do, today, I think it's because you have on the glasses.
Yeah. Yeah, so you have to, thank you, Marilla. So he says, GG4 says, I would encourage everyone to buy land and build their own home. I just completed a 2-for-1 for under 8 million. That's a 2-bed, 1-bath at Sound like
Yes.
GG4. And we have Palmetto Pines. Buy the land, build. You see him say 8 million.
Yeah, that's good.
That's very good. Right? So Rude Boy said she was telling the truth. Not quite sure what Rude Boy was talking about. I'm taking the question, but I'm going into the presentation shortly. Claudia, you are killed me. A family member looking for land in St. Anne's between Discovery Bay and St. Mary and everything is 10 million and up. Yes. We're too long. We're too late. Does that money include finishes? Yes, it would. It would. You are hurt. We're in a foreign land. Now it's rough. Rough meaning what? Good afternoon. Checking in from Panama City. Thank you, Chris, for chiming in. Good evening. As you talk about rough, there's some law came out, I think it was last week, about if you're not documented in Florida, you're going to come under some stress, right? You have to figure out how you're going to deal with that. Those of you who are having a challenge. Look at all the options, right? Wayne Grant says, Tony, it's a rude boy. Come here for drink milk, me not come here for count go. Exactly, drink the milk. Move on. Right. Come here for drink milk, we not come here for count go. And we not come here for count nobody pay neither. So don't even stop the nonsense. Right? Because what you all don't understand is this. I think I told another story already. I went to work for a company and I was getting 65,000 and the boss on paper was getting 25,000. I told him the story.
Yeah, last week.
And I actually had to raise the pay. I moved his pay to 100 and mine was still 65. And then I could move everybody pay up.
Yeah.
Because everybody was below the 25. Come on, guys. First of all, if the people at the top don't move their pay up, me and you can't get a pay increase.
I know.
I'm glad to the pay them move because now civil servants can know. Call me and say, Miss D, me ready now.
And they have been calling.
Yeah, me ready now. You understand me?
Especially that is the retroactive pays, good deposit.
Good deposit. So, remember, you know, they don't take the money by the range and the Benz, you know. Not yet. You're going to buy that, but not yet. Buy the house first, right? I am glad that the salaries went up. The market have a little inflationary thing going on. It's going to, yes. But remember, the inflation will help you if you're in the market already. So you have to get in, do what you need to do, right? And get in the game. If you're not in the game, what you talk about if you're not in the game? First of all, private sector workers don't even understand how the civil servants pay helping them. So when a headmistress getting 10 million now a year, and you at your job, you're the CEO for this company and you're paid of 6 million. I said, no. You're going to talk to your boss now. Or you're going to turn the headmistress at the school, right?
So you leave private sector.
Leave private sector and say, bye-bye. Be gone for your good work. No. So that's what you have to look at. Upward mobility. And we don't count people's money, right? You don't even count your own money. You must have so much, you don't even know how much in the bank.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? That's what you do. So we're not vexed at the people that get the pay. And we're not jealous and we're not angry. I see some people are angry to the point that they're born up in the sun with placard. Really, guys? I leave a good bed for go do that. No, man, I better go sell. And besides, the Prime Minister's salary is a target for me to look at. So I get 24 million, say I can beat it. Yeah, 24 million, Prime Minister 24 million. I leave that in the dust.
Plus thing, I don't think people realize how hard the Prime Minister work, you know.
Yeah,
one of the hardest jobs out there, you know.
The office of the Prime, and it's not the Prime Minister getting the money. The office of the Prime Minister. Anybody going there is gonna get it, right?
They think Prime Minister can sit down on Sunday for 2 hours and do Miss Davis live. Sure,
Yeah.
I've worked for those.
Yeah, of course. He doesn't even have Sunday dinner. We go have Sunday dinner after this at 5.
I mean, I'm sure he has Sunday dinner, but it's probably not to sit down after Sunday dinner and watch Netflix for 3 hours.
Yeah. Like what we will do. So you have to understand too. I mean, do you want to go and apply for the job? And if you want to apply for that job, wouldn't you want to be getting 25 million a year? Because it's worth it. That's what you would think to yourself, that I'm not going to work for less than that. You know what I mean? That's what be the attitude.
And every day is a problem. I don't think the Prime Minister gets any good news.
No, he doesn't. And he doesn't get any good sleep. Because, listen, those jobs are stress busters. Sometimes persons call me 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock in the night. If I'm awake, I'll answer. Just imagine being the Prime Minister of a country. You're getting those calls 2.8 million multiply.
You're not even getting calls. Somebody waking up out of your bed. There is an emergency. What? The bridge went down.
Jeez.
And you're like, what am I supposed to do about the
Bridge now, really? Look how many persons in between me and this bridge. But it's you getting the call. You're getting the call. So you have to understand. When I was in the army, we had to. So you have on-duty officers in the night. Want a call you get for soldiers and them spouses a fight and gunshot a fire down the road, and you get it and you have to go muster up the soldiers to go there. Trust me, people. If you want that job, apply for it. Go get the 25 million. Seriously. And it's 25 million plus perks and benefits if you think they're in it. Right? So go and get it.
They couldn't pay me enough to do that job.
Me either.
Because I like sleeping in my bed.
Me too. I'm not going to do that job. So I'm glad that he has decided to do it. And I don't think he's doing that dusty of a job. He just announced that to go to Hard Trust NTA, it's totally free. So if Tony really wants to learn turf management, she can go totally free. Go on board at the place, 3 meals per day. And after 9 months, she would have completed level 1 and I guess level 2. And she could have gone off and do her landscaping and charge people a ton of money.
I know, right?
Okay.
But I think it's for young people, though. I think I'm too old to go there for free.
Tony, you go from 17 to age 99.
Oh.
Yeah. I just went through level 3 construction. Nobody never asked me my age. From you can write on the pen, you go. So even those of you sitting at home who are older too, so boy, you know, I should have raised 2 goats. Go and go learn how to raise a goat properly, man. Right? It's a good thing that they did. And that's another thing I like about Jamaica. You can go to school totally free.
You can also eat for free in this country.
You can eat for free. You can live for free to put up your house and you live and you're good. All right? I tried stocks and CD accounts at the bank, and real estate easier by far. I learned my lesson. Okay. Easier. Okay, first of all, the stocks keep you up at night. As you wake up, you're like, what price? What a price? It fall today. Real estate is not like that. You're sleeping in your bed. And if you wake up and hear the place bomb, at least you have your insurance.
And not only that, the part of the real estate is still there.
The land is still there, which has a value. Hi, ladies. In a new development, do you still have to provide a survey report and an evaluation to the bank? Yes. Some developments. Some will give you that. So like Gore, we got that, but we had to pay for it, right? So some will give you that. Others you have to pay for it.
And some banks who you're getting your mortgage for wants a specific value, a specific set of values. So you'll generally need to purchase one from them.
All right. So what's the difference between One Love said, what's the difference between purchasing from a developer to purchasing on the open market? So the open market means somebody already owned the property. The developer means he's building this house. You're going to be the first person who will own the property. The only real difference is with the developer, depending on when you sign your agreement, you'll have to wait until he has completed building. Usually a year or 2, or as in out of the blue is telling me more than that. On the open market, the house is already built. You negotiate with the seller. Usually with the developer, you don't negotiate the price. Whatever price them set, that's the price you're going to pay. But on the open market, you can negotiate the price with the seller. And the house is already there. So usually within 3 to 6 months, you would have had the property.
Yeah. And when you're purchasing from a developer, you have a new house problem.
No.
You just have to deal with.
Yeah, new house problem. All right. Question. When you're purchasing land and you're waiting for your name to go on the transfer documents, does it still need to go to title's office again after that? It goes to title's office to transfer your name on it. Once it goes to titles office and your name is on it, it doesn't go back to titles office again unless you're selling it or
No.
unless you're taking a loan.
Or sometimes if there's a fault on the transfer, it goes back to title's office.
Oh,
back
yes.
And forth,
Oh,
back
yeah.
And forth.
I forget about that. So they might spell your name wrong.
Forget that you're married.
Oh, what else can go wrong?
Um,
Some little things. I mean, the lady may have just left out a E or in a hyphen that reached me already.
Yeah. Or if your name has a hyphen, like your name is Teshanique with a stroke on the E.
Something like that. It will go back and forth.
Right.
Because that's a bit perfect, right? So that when you're selling, so like, I don't know how they just discovered. I think it was Gore who discovered it too. My TRN didn't match my ID. The name on the TRN, I mean, they're so meticulous. How it's spelled, no, how it's, what is it? The Anne-Marie don't have a hyphen.
Right.
Don't have any dash.
So I think your TRN spells it ANNEMARE, and then your ID has ANN-MERE. So
it was the Gore people who discovered that. Thank you, Gore.
But like after 50 plus years.
Yeah, and I've been bought other things. I'm like, and it got titles office. But they're very meticulous, right? Good morning, ladies. I'm late, but I'm glad I'm here with you guys. Great. You have any more? We can get into the presentation. I have more questions.
Oh, yeah, we can start. It's 4:00, so we should start.
All right, so you're gonna scroll down to see if you have any more, or that's it. And then we'll do the others after.
Okay, we can track.
Let's see. Annette says, can't wait to business with you. Thanks, Annette. Looking forward to it too. Hi, Miss Davis. Why can't United States getting so much bashing? All I know is they're affordable. Who bashing it? Maybe them small, but them affordable. I don't know who bashing it though. I wish there would be more. Enough people in that price range. I want a bucket and a tree root. Boy, the mango them flushy that St. Andrew. Me say, mango fi keep people and put mango on them wall.
I think we had that really hot time.
Yeah, mango does well in hot season. So the mangoes are on the wall now, guys. You can just walk and pick them up.
I know when I go to the nursery for Zada, you have to be sighting the mangoes because you'll be just standing there and they just drop off.
It's not that the PM should not get that pay. It's a disparity between that pay and the average Jamaican salary in comparison to other Caribbean countries. We can't compare ourselves with other Caribbean countries. Which other Caribbean country will you compare yourself with? Good evening. Can you locate 8 million range land, please? Where, Elizabeth? Where? Which parish? Hi, good evening, ladies, and hope this Sunday is also well. Hi. Thanks, Mark. Let me tell you something about comparison. Let me say who want to compare us to other countries. Go. Elizabeth. No, not Elizabeth. Nilo. You see, when you compare yourself with other people, you're in problems. I kid you not. Take it from me at my ripe old age, you know. I've learned a thing or two. Comparing yourself with other person is not a good thing. When you're in school, they love to compare you. Oh, you come first, Claudia, or you come last. Make you feel bad, right? Each and every one of us comes with different skills, talents, everything, you name it. Some persons born with more advantages than others. Yes, that's the truth, right? You have to remember that. The world itself pays for certain things. Only 3 things they'll pay for: brains, talent, and beauty. Everybody, I said it. Remember it. The world, any country, pick it. They will pay for beauty, brains, and talent, which is why the beauty queens of this world don't broke, which is why pretty people don't poor, which is why people with brains, doctors, politicians, and don't tell me politicians don't have brains, them have brains. And them use them brain every day too, whether good or bad. Them use them brains. You must have had some brains to get that position, to get how many of us to vote to put you in there. You use some kind of brain power.
Master manipulator.
And the rest of us. Talent. So people like Bob Marley, Usain Bolt, all of those persons come with tremendous talent, born with it. Now you must find your own brains, beauty, or talent and work it. I'm telling them my talent. Glad me find it too.
What is your
I
talent?
have a
John?
talent named the gift of gab. Look it up what it means. Somebody put in the chat. The gift of gab. Just Google it. Now, you have to find your skill, your talent. Do not compare yourself with others because there will always be somebody better than you. Somebody's gonna come and beat Usain Bolt's record. Remember me telling you. Somebody gonna lick that off of the chart. Right? Somebody's gonna come and be better than me or worse than me. But I learned a long time ago. My mother taught me this. When I used to come home in the evening and tell her, a guy named Richard Blade, I think, or Glaze, can't remember. His name Richard. He used to come first, me come second, or me come third sometimes. Went straight up through primary school to grade 5. And I used to complain, even when we get class tests or any little thing, I say, beat me, always a beat me. I'm upset. She said, no, Claudia, what grade you got? I got 80. She said, listen, you can't get 82 tomorrow. Try for 82 tomorrow, 83. She said, it don't matter what he got. What is important is what you get. Teach your children that. Don't let them compare themselves with other people. They must only aim to beat themselves, their own grade. In other words, today you get up, your hair never looks so hot. All right, we could try and see if we can make it look better tomorrow. You got to work, you only could have managed for file 10 file. I could see if we can do 20 file tomorrow. Right? You improve yourself, your skill, what it is. Because the world will only pay for your brains, your beauty, or your talent. So if your talent, so like Tony now, I flown around in agriculture.
Not my talent.
Personally, I don't think she have no talent in agriculture. So thank God she don't plan to do it as a full-time or as a means of earning because she has zero talent in agriculture. But it doesn't mean that she can't lift herself up in it. But maybe she might say instead of growing the thing, let me try sell it. Let me try market the product. Right? Let me go on another side of agriculture that don't involve me growing out tomato or nothing and it die on me. Right? She have to find her own niche and what it is her brain is good at. What can she do that is really, really good? Like, no, I can say with Xander, he has something called stick to itiveness. I was playing football with him. I kick the ball and he runs for it. And him kick it too. Now, Kiro Farmi kick the ball, that kid is going for it. I could have kick it, go to Timbuktu, him run hard for it and bring it back. Right? So I can see right away that this is a child, he's going to keep hitting the ball no matter what. And when you say we finish now, him start to ball down the place. Because him not finish, him just ready for keep going at it. Right? You have to know you, what it is. Like I tell you, my weakness was procrastination. So I have to learn how to stop that by setting the goal. So those of you who haven't watched a video, go back and watch a video. We talk about short-term, medium-term, and long-term, how to set it out so you don't procrastinate and how to set it so that you'll be eating food down the road, right? But, Neo, once you start to look over the fence, oh, the grass green up on the next side, once you start to envy the lady over there who getting driving the Prado and you driving the little old VW bug, and you're thinking, oh, me and I work at the same place, how she get that and me not have it. You have to turn your mind another way.
But isn't ours in the reverse? We're getting more than the people in Trinidad and Barbados and those places. The Prime Minister.
We're getting more.
Yeah.
And why we must get more? Because what?
It's the people in Jamaica saying that our Prime Minister should not be paid well.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I don't get it, guys.
Like, why don't you want your Prime Minister to be paid well? It's like the Prime Minister getting up and saying, I don't want the people of Jamaica to be paid well.
Yeah. And if
so I'm not raising anybody's pay.
And if he doesn't raise his pay, how is he going to raise the doctor, the nurse, and the teacher?
Yeah, because then he's going to be like, I'm getting 5 million as the head of this country. And then I'm raising everybody else's pay. But it doesn't make any sense.
It don't make any sense, guys. Logically. And the thing is, to be honest, my 57 years here, I've seen improvement in this country. Lived there all my life. I've seen it. I drive on pretty roads every day. I can literally drive on pretty road and don't have to drive on a bad road to go anywhere that I need to go. You understand what I'm saying? I drive on highways. I'm selling, people coming back and looking at all these skyscrapers are so pretty. I'm saying, wow, the development has really happened. Now, if we allow the development to leave us behind, that's not the Prime Minister's fault. I came on this program and 2 weeks ago and he said, now is the time to build, now is the time to buy, now is the time to
make an investment
in your future. How many persons listen? Investment in your future can mean going back to school, partnering with somebody to do something. We have to think positively. Now, when we jump on the negative side of, and we're going to do that, we'll jump on the negative side of the Prime Minister and MP and we start on negative. And the emotions start coming in your way now, we get trouble.
Bad mind.
Yeah, so I'm going to show you now. Anger. Persons are so angry with the Prime Minister's pay. I'm like, really, you angry with the Prime Minister's pay? You want to do his job? Apply for the job. How many persons apply for the job? Well, I noticed that Dr. Tufton, I think, is going to be applying for the job. Mm-hmm. Do you want Dr. Tufton's job right now? Do you want it? Apply for it. No, the pay is 25 million now. It's attractive now. So go and apply for it.
Not only that, to like the other prime ministers around the Caribbean can say, oh, Jamaican prime minister 25 billion. Yeah. Let me see how I can improve my pay to have the salaries of everybody else in the government employment.
Right.
It's possible.
It's possible. And right now, if they improve the salaries, and besides, what you're not all seeing, the government of Jamaica actually earned more in taxes over the past 2 to 3 years. They pulled in more taxes, everybody. So why not pay the people? Mm-hmm. If you're saying the Prime Minister is not to get the pay, then you're telling me that the headmistress must get her pay, the doctor must get him pay, nurses must get the pay. Let me show you the pay with them again. Go on the Ministry of Finance
website. Just love long suffering. Look how long government.
Yeah, look how long they must suffer. Come on, guys.
Including the Prime Minister.
People that walk out them booty and them can't buy like a real estate from him. I must need the pay now. No. Be glad to the pay raise. If him never raise him pay, the rest of people them couldn't get the pay. Never show the pay them what the people them get. No.
Where are you gonna find that?
Ministry of Finance website. And those of you who are really interested in the pay, it actually came out in the Star last week, Friday. Supplement came out in the pay. I was jamming with one of my good friends, Mr. Campbell. I was just jamming with him, and him a chat foolishness. And he had the thing and we were looking at it, you know? Also, when I worked in corporate, my boss was getting 20 times the pay I was getting. I never one day vexed about the people them and them pay. Allied health salary scales and the man, I could just take, hold on. Oh, one moment, hold on. I need to go to, I'm going to jump on the page, then I'm going to jump into the presentation. We're getting down to...
I feel like this week you could probably just take questions. I mean, everybody's so lively.
So lively, that's true, hold on. No, Tony, jump on it too fast. I need to see exactly where I'm going to go. And so, scroll down. Look to see the police page here. Scroll down. Police officers. Let's go.
This one?
See that? Police officers. Download. So registered nurse settle. All right. Are they seeing the scale? Are they seeing the screen? Did you log in?
Yes, they should be seeing it.
Okay. But they're not seeing it yet, what I clicked into. You have split screen now?
I'm trying to bring it up.
Finally learned something, overdo it. I tell you. All right, clicking on the nurse. Which one is I must clicking on? Police page. So the Deputy Commissioner, effective April 1, 2022. Let's see if I read this right. So his existing pay is 9 million per year. Mm-hmm. With effect from April 1, 2022, because the pay is retro because they've been fighting for this pay 3 years now. He moves to 12.9, And then April 2023, he will move to 14. And then next year, he will move to 15. That's at the lowest, the minimum. I see the maximum. Plus, he gets housing allowance of 1.2, on call 1.4.
Where are you reading that?
See here.
Oh, okay.
I see the, maybe if you scroll, you might see more. I don't know. All right, let's go down the line. No, go down the line. These are the officer rank of the police force. Down. I want to go to the last one. So the assistant
okay.
Moving from existing 2.5, and his pay will double to 5.9 effective April 1, 2023. And next year it will be 6.3. That's at the lowest, right? Because he also has a band, and his housing is 755,000, and that's housing. What's the right column?
On call.
He has an on call. All right, let's go to somebody else. Let's go to registered nurse. So registered nurse scale, download. The registered nurse, so them have a band. So apparently they were getting existing 3.5 million.
That's all?
Yeah. Effective April last year moved to 8.5 million.
Oh, that makes more sense now.
And then this year, April 1 is now 9.2 million. Next year it will be at 10 million, and that's at the lowest.
This is a top nurse in an RN8.
RN8, right? Nurse RN7 nurse moved from 3 million to 8.2 million effective 2023, April this year. And at the lowest rank, RN4, go down. No, that's not RN. So RNHP, whatever that is, existing 1.1. Effective April 1, 2023, they moved to 2.9, so that's double. And next year they'll be at 3.2. And that's at the lowest. I mean, you're just coming in nursing. So those are the bands. Let's see if we can find a teacher's one.
I just saw it.
See down there. So the teacher's one. The teachers here. So the teachers, the principal class A is moving from 4.3 million. And with effect April 1, 2022, moved to 9.6. That's double. Effective April 1, 2023, moved to 10.3. And next year will move to 11.1. And they also have a special teacher's allowance of $1 million. That's
at the tertiary level.
That's at the, scroll down, tertiary level. Principal class, senior lecturer. So they seemed as if all the pays were doubled. Scroll down.
Lecturer still not getting that much.
Lecturers existing was 2.2. You want to go to lecturer now? 4 million. You can't go to lecturer now. 4 million is a pay. And that is at the lowest band. The highest band is 5.1. Mm-hmm. Plus there is 135. Is they still get the allowance? I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, scroll down. Principal at a secondary school, I guess this is, moving from 2.9 million, and they go to 7 million at last year effective, and this year they go to 8 million. Vice principal of a secondary school moving from 2 million to 4.5 million. Scroll down.
Maybe no more persons will go and get
at the primary school level,
because they have a problem finding principals.
At the primary school level, principals used to get 2.4. Effective April 2023, they'll get 6.9 million. Right? Scroll down. Master teacher, general teaching level, go down. So general teaching level, a trained graduate used to get 1.3 million. Now, April 2023, they're getting 2.8. Next year, they'll get 3 million. And that's at the lowest band. And there's an allowance of 338,000. So you see, the salaries have moved. So those of you in private sector can now jump on and look. Let me see if the Prime Minister's salary is on the list.
What would that come under?
We'll scroll on.
I don't think it's gonna say Prime Minister's salary.
No, go on, I might find it. Let me see the midwife. I'm not going to midwife. Midwife is there. Legal officer, medical doctor, infirmary health.
Probably just Google it.
Enroll assistant, nurses, dental, Everybody seem to be here. This who sign central government, no, animal health, allied health. I don't see it here, but so that's the ministries. That's the ministry. So Ministry of Finance, go to that website if you want to see where the salaries are moving from. And remember what I say. People pay for your brains, talent, and what else? Beauty.
Right. But I think if the prime minister was doing a bad job and then he asks for a salary increase, then maybe I would have a right to be upset. But he's doing a good job.
Tony, everybody here is thinking doing a bad job.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't feel that way.
I don't feel that way either. We went through pandemic better than most countries. That's for sure. What else is he in charge of? Education. I think they can do more in education, to be honest.
I like what they're doing in healthcare. I mean, this year I didn't have insurance, and going to public clinics really helped me. And I got my medicine for free and everything like that. So
wow,
that was good.
That's good.
And I really couldn't have survived without the public healthcare.
The public health
for the last 2 years.
Yes. Public health care here is pretty decent. You get your dietitian, you get your teeth clean, free, all of that. Public health was set up by Jamaica money. So we have clinics all over. I mean, we can just walk to a clinic from where we are. And as Tony said, her drugs pretty expensive, but it's covered under the what is called NHF, National Health Fund. So she have her card. What's the card called?
NHF card.
NHF card. So those of you who don't have that card, go and get that card. Covers so many drugs that you can get for free, right? I should just go pick it up at the drug. What is it? Drug serve. That's what it's called.
Serve,
yeah. So I think they're doing a good job in healthcare.
No, that's it. When I go for my checkup, I go to the clinic and they do all the checks and everything. I see the doctor and everything. I don't pay any money.
Imagine if you'd have to pay by your little baby salary.
Exactly.
And that's the thing. One of them paid
and that's the thing, because I didn't have the healthcare this year. It was really good that I could do the public version.
Yeah, we had the healthcare before through LASCO, but LASCO stopped the healthcare, so we have had to be looking for the healthcare. We got a couple options, but of course, Tony not follow through, so I will have to go do that.
No, I followed through on one, and they just haven't.
You did?
I gave them everything, and we're still waiting to be processed.
All right, so maybe we need to look at some other options. But I think I did good in healthcare. I think they can do much more in education, but I also think our access to education is good. We can't complain about that. We have lots of schools, colleges, trade schools, but persons just not taking up them trade schools.
I think what happens to the government is that after high school, there's access to so many things, right? Before you finish high school, that's where the struggle is. Yes, you get access to free schooling, right? But some of the students are being lost in that system.
And they're not paying attention to continuation.
Yeah.
So in other words, in Jamaica, we don't know where that child is going when they graduate at 16. We don't.
We don't know where they're getting lost. Too.
Yeah, we don't know what they're doing, what to do with their lives, because nobody's following. The guidance counselors and those persons are lapsed. We don't have a database of students that say, okay, this one gone to heart, that one gone UWI campus doing law, this one doing medicine, this one gone to work, this one gone in father business. We don't have a database, so we don't know how we're losing, especially the boys. We're losing the boys.
And if the parents not there, you're gonna get lost.
Right. And I also don't think parents are doing enough for their children. Because I say if your child don't have no ambition, you must have ambition for your child, right? So you need to put them into the systems and structures that's going on.
I think
you need to make sure them kick the ball. No, but you must make sure them kick the ball. Just like how I teach Xander now, if I roll the ball back to me, kick the ball, go for the ball. They must have that from young.
Yeah, but some parents don't know.
To do what? To kick a ball with the child?
No.
Don't know what to do what?
They don't know what to do with the child.
So you mean?
They have the child, and you must send the child to school. And yes, you send the child to school, But a child is struggling in school and you don't know what to do during that struggle. You don't know.
A child is struggling in school simply because you don't even read a child a book.
You probably can't even read the book yourself.
You don't need to read a book. Azanda teach me 1, 2, 3 now.
I know, he's so good at it.
He's teaching me 1, 2, 3 now. Right? And I tell show me 4 finger, 5 finger. He might teach me, so even if I didn't know how to count, I would have learned how to count my fingers just by looking at him. And he is now identifying the letters. So even if I didn't know letter A and letter Q, what is his favorite letter?
O.
O. Even if I didn't know O, so when he's counting, he goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, O. Because the 0 looks like an O, right? Especially on my car. So in my car, I have the dial pad to make a call, right? So he comes and he's counting it and he's saying, oh, and he goes, oh. And when he's getting it backwards, he goes, oh, 9, 8, 7. So funny. But the child will teach you if you're interested, right? Let's get to the not the NLA. I want to show, somebody was asking me about Camelot and the 44 million. Let's see what's the competition. So we're going to go on the website.
Where?
The RAJ website.
Oh.
Okay. Hold on, let me see somebody ask me a question. KNT. Ladies, I recently migrated to Canada and I'm contemplating whether to buy a house in Jamaica first. For rental purposes or buy my personal house in Canada first. Which would you recommend? If you can afford a property in Canada, you buy it there. That's where you are. You need to convert your rent to a mortgage. So you build your own equity. So I would buy in the country that I'm living or plan to reside and convert that rent to a mortgage. So buy in Canada first, find something that you can afford and buy it. Because Canada is just as inflationary as Jamaica. As a matter of fact, I think Canada rent is higher than Jamaica too, simply because price them high. So if you can afford a property where you live in Canada, buy a house in Canada first. Question: if the family house has, did you open? Oh, never own family. So I want you to go to St. Anne House Gated.
I heard something.
All right, so you have St. Ocheria's Country Club, 2-bed, 2 bath.
Oh, this is sold out now.
Why it's on the system? It says active. Sold out now. That's sold out.
This is also
so is Landswood sold out. Well, they might have 3 beds. So 3 beds are here, 2 beds are sold out. So Landswood is now at 38 million. What Landswood is up in, so Landswood is off the main, right? It's up in Exchange, Ocheria's up. Some persons don't like all that kind of drive up. So that's what you get with Landswood. So they do have 3 beds.
Oh, here's the Camelot.
And the Camelot at 44. So if you're in the housing market and you're at this price, what is your choice? A Landswood up in Exchange, you drive up, or a Camelot that's on the main. And Discovery Bay is big things into the guys. Discovery Bay is where them have Millionaire Road. It's where them have Puerto Seco. So don't underestimate Discovery Bay. So this just came on the market 9 days. Let me see how long Landswood on the market for. Landswood's there for 264 days.
But this is a new development.
It's a new development, but the smaller houses have been sold out at 27, 28 million. So they're having some resistance with the 3 beds up there, right? Might be out. The persons who have 38 million might be thinking they don't want to go so far.
Okay.
Right, scroll down. So 264 days, and Ocheria's Country Club is there for 604 days. Something must be wrong with this one.
No, this is from the inception of building Ocheria's Country Club.
But so it's not sold off yet? Ultra Country Club, 604. That's 2 years. Can check this tomorrow and see. But Camelot just came on 9 days, so we'll keep checking it and see if it's sell. Then you have Great Pond, which
Great
again
Pond
is in
nice.
Ultra Rios, 45 million, 11 days for a 3-bed. Then you have Lot 59 Draxall, which is an older community on the market, 69 days. Then you have the Savannah Vista. We sold some of these 2-beds.
Mm-hmm.
Savannah now only have the 4 beds. So the 2 beds, 3 beds, even the townhouses are finished. They only have the 4 beds for 52 mil. What else is there as house? Just a Savannah. You have Richmond coming up now. So Richmond is at 55 million, 3 beds, 7 days on the market. So another Ultra Country Club, 3 beds, 60 million. Ultra Country Club, 60 million. Cool Shade in Richmond, 63 million. Richmond Estate, again, 67 million. There's also another Guango Avenue, same Richmond, 68 million. Cool Shade, 68 million. We have a house in Vista Del Mar, which is at Draxall for 83 million. That's an 8-bedroom, a big house. Pyramid Point, wow! Who knows what Pyramid Point sold for? This is 109 days on the market.
It's cute.
Yeah, Pyramid Point, these are the people doing the parties yet. No.
Their landscaping is nice.
Nice.
Ooh, it's nice. Ooh, it's nice.
Yeah, it's nice.
They should sell it furnished. Nice.
And it's 86 million. Columbus Drive, Vista Del Mar. Vista, yeah, 87 is a big house. Marina Village. Marina Villas, 106 million. These Marina Villas, too, these are beachfront properties. 3 beds, 2 bath, Draxall. This is Plantation Village. Plantation Village, but these are big houses now. So you see, the competition that the Camelot has is almost zero.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, unless you plan to go up on the hill at Lanswood Meadows, then your next option is at Ultra Rios Country Club.
3-bed. Let me see what that is. Because I do Ultra Rios Country Club.
Sorry.
I don't start building. Oh, they're selling off plants still. So that's what the Ultra Rios Country Clubs looks like. Is a 3-bed or a 2-bed? A 3-bed.
Mm-hmm. But which
is it? Which one a 3-bed is it?
I think this is a 3-bed.
No.
But this is showing.
There's so many different options. Mm-hmm. Need to figure out which one it is. And these don't have any view. Showing me too much things. I'm gonna go back to the description. Explore the next big. 92 modern contemporary. Oh, she's just telling us the whole thing. We're not so sure what she's selling. It's a 3-bed, 3-bath, but we're not so sure which one it is. All right, everybody. So that's what is Camelot is ready, good to go. So if you want something right now, then Camelot it is. Mm-hmm. They have AC in place, basic unit. I think it's being sold furnished as well.
Oh, they actually got their fridge to hold.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's an interesting bed.
Very interesting, very specific, eh? Oh gosh.
I wonder if it's like a water bed.
Just a driveway. You get all that land to do what you want to do, I guess.
Only for land.
Well, maybe 6,000 square feet of the land. I'm missing.
Yeah, 6,500. That's a good amount of land.
Yeah, 6,500, right? So that would be your options. Let's see if any more questions. So it's demand. How prime is the area? What is the competition? In other words, what does the buyer have to choose from based on the price point that they're in? And I can tell you the townhouse did sell for 34 million. It's sold, gone. You have any more questions?
Let's see.
Question. The family house has
one name on the title was not will to anybody. How does get the name? How do you get your name on it?
administration without will. Person has died.
The person whose name who's currently on the title, that person passed.
The person whose name is on the title has passed. Then the children of the person, of the deceased, can go administration without will. Meaning there was no will, so they're doing administration without will. If the person is still alive, then it's just a matter of adding your name to the title if you want.
Oh, this person saying Bahamas, Barbados, Trinidad and Tobago, and the many others. Come on now, Miss Davis. That is gluttony out of probably the Prime Minister's page.
Bahamas, who? Hold on. Bahamas, Barbados, Trinidad and Tobago. Oh, you can't be looking at Trinidad and Tobago and Barbados. And Tobago don't even have a good house over there. I'm telling you, stop comparing yourself with other people. Besides, if there is no way the Minister of Finance, Nigel Clark, remember, the Prime Minister don't just get up and give himself pay. It has to go through a process. All those people who are going through the process with signed off on it.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't they? And as I tell you now, we earned more taxes. We earn more taxes, which is how they're able to make the salaries. And you want to tell me that they who moved from $3 million to $10? One of them think them pay gluttony. You think that person think that? The Prime Minister's pay went from us 9 million to a 9 or 10. I couldn't find the pay, but there was some report with it.
Mm-hmm.
9 to the 25, I think it was. The office of the Prime Minister is a serious job. It's not a play job. It's like the president of the USR or whoever else.
Mm-hmm.
It's a serious job. And we can't compare us. Besides, the Prime Minister living in the same inflationary economy that we live in.
Not only that, to 25 million a year.
Yeah.
It's not that much money.
No, it's not.
It's not.
Might sound like it, no, but it's not. When you divide that by 12, it's not a lot of money. So his wife make more than him, I'm sure. In our private business, his wife makes more than him.
That's 25 million is like selling one apartment.
Yeah. Profit. Much less you have 10 profit. So his job as the office of the Prime Minister, I don't want to see the Prime Minister pop down. I don't want to see him booty like pop off. I don't want to see him drive up beside me no less than a luxury vehicle, whichever brand them choose for him, whether it be the Benz, the Audi, the Range, whatever it is. The office of the Prime Minister is a serious job. We don't play with those things. It's a serious job. It's not baby pia. It's not hug up and kiss up every day. It's not. Right? He has to attend on behalf of the country meetings. You have to deal with delegations from other countries.
Negotiations.
All of that. Negotiations. When you're a CEO of a company, you'll understand. And if you decide to be the CEO of your own household, you should understand as well. It's a serious job.
Mm-hmm.
And the persons who are bad CEOs of their households or of their companies or of their countries won't be there very long.
Mm-hmm.
No, they won't be. And your owner people won't vote you out in your house anyway. If I was a bad CEO of my household, my people them vote me out long time. I say, Mom, you need to go sit down.
Okay, so Cheesy says, saw a house bush in my community and went to find out if the house taxes was being paid. And it was, but it's been like that for years. And after my investigation, I think I found the owner on Facebook.
Good.
Wondering if I should reach out if they are willing to sell.
Of course.
Ask them. It doesn't hurt to ask.
Just make sure you have your money when them say yes.
Mm.
Ask them, man. I make them offer too.
Yeah, man.
Mm.
Lorna, she's responding to Purpose One. The other countries are not using Jamaican dollars. So how to compare other countries with Jamaica?
And as I said, we have an inflationary economy too. Don't compare yourself with other people, guys. Don't do it.
Yeah.
People will always be better than you and worse than you. Just compete with yourself. Compete with yourself. Be the best version of yourself that you can be. And now that the Prime Minister pays 25 million, go and apply for the job.
Not only that, too, now that everybody around us have salary increase, even if you're self-employed and you're demanding a price for your service, you can demand a higher price
Right,
now.
you can. And I'm happy that the pay has raised. They can now, they've suffered long enough from 3 million to 10 million, 3 million a month. It's sufferation that. Trust me.
Especially if you
Even
have a
the,
whole family trying to
yeah,
raise.
even you're talking about senior superintendent of police, and they're big work.
I know, like the principal job. I was like,
Principal
that's all
of a
principal
school.
getting.
That's all they was getting. I'm shocked. I'm happy that the prime minister raised his salary and for them pay a raise, because the principal is getting 10 million. I think the prime minister pay was 9 million. There's no way she'll get 10 million if he might get 9 million, guys. No way. So he would have had to raise his pay so that they could come up. Look at it positive, in a positive light. What will this do for me? For one, if you're in private sector, you know, have the opportunity to apply for one of those jobs in the public sector, right?
So
and if you're a spouse who married to one of these public sector people, you're getting more money in your household. We're in real estate, so definitely we have more persons to sell to. Widens the pool of persons that we can sell to, right?
Sophia says inflation loaded. Really need to be on a real estate sales agreement right away. Yes.
I spoke about that last week. With the salary increases will come inflation. And come July 1, the government has now said NHT persons can get 7.5 million if they qualify. That is another inflationary thing that's going to hit us. So you need to get your name on the title. Now, Palmetto Pines, we talked about it, but Tony Ann says ads are coming out soon. Tomorrow is when they're hitting. So once that starts to hit, I know persons will start. Our map has started to light up already. Persons reserving lots. So those of you who not familiar with Palmetto Pines, it will come out tomorrow. St. John's Road, we're selling some lots, 200 plus lots, house lots. Getting name on one of the titles. Tractors have started, excavators are clearing the roads and so on now. Our office is to be there, but it's not yet ready because we're clearing the land so that we can put down the container that we use. But get on it. Jump on it, guys. Go on the site. PalmettoPinesJA.com. So Rude Boy says, T-Bar ready, just come. All right, welcome. Rude Boy. I think he's doing a great job. That is one of the reasons many in the diaspora are going back on their piece of the rock.
True.
Thank you, Rude Boy.
That's what he's providing overall better roads and infrastructure for them to be able to do so with ease.
Right. Sophia for Christ. No. Yeah.
Danny says, still can't purchase a 20 million homes you're selling. Sophia says, but you can buy what you can afford and still can buy what you like. So true, Sophia.
Buy what you can afford till you can afford what you want. So Palmetto Pines lot them are 6.5 billion. Buy one of that, step up the ladder.
Right, and then build a house on it for 8 million.
Right. I bought Spanish Town for 200,000 Jamaican dollars. Sold that for 2.6 million. You saw the inflation run from 200 million to 2.6 million. 12 years. In 12 years.
Isn't that house was the other day 12 million?
Yeah, that same house now is 15 million. So you remember to keep it now, I could have get 15 million. But I sold it and move on. I was able to buy something else. Jump into what you can afford now, because remember, the inflation is the killer. Real estate is the only vehicle that you can jump on and it will ride with the inflation. If you buy a car will go mash up. So you're not gonna have nothing for the inflation, for ride the inflation. Now carry it. If you buy some stocks and bonds, Same problem. Interest rates on the fixed deposit, the bonds, is them tell you, they might give you an interest rate and say, oh, I get 6%, man, and them tell you that the inflation is 6%. Yeah, you know, so not so. Inflation way above that, right? The real estate is the only vehicle you can use to ride the market. Those properties you see me selling at Hills of Draxall, those property prices double already. Yeah. If you had bought one for 100,000, you can call me now and sell it for over 200,000 US.
Mm-hmm.
Double in 2 years, double. So smiling all the way to the bank. If those of you who took your money out of the bank, the 100,000 US are lowest one I think was 85,000 US. Those of you who took the money out of the bank and said, Miss D, you bought it, you're happy now.
Mm-hmm. And you did nothing with it but buy it.
Yeah, you not even cut the grass. Some of you not cut the grass, no fence it, not do nothing to it. But
don't even see it yet.
Yeah, some persons don't see them land yet, them don't come here yet. But I was the one who chose the lot for them. So them get good land. So we're doing a phase 2 and 3 of Hills of Draxall later on this year. I wouldn't tell you to wait on it though, you know. Because you can still jump into something like a Camelot. Get it, sell it, realign yourself. It's all the thing dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Development in Jamaica is better than many countries. Also infrastructure. Prime Minister is jamming. Thanks, Lorna. But some persons actually feel the same way I feel. Right? It's not all doom and gloom. It's how you look at it. We can cruise down Hagley Park Road now with ease. No patrol for lick me left sideways. They're still trying to fix Spanish Town Road, though. I hope they would finish fixing that. Mandela Highway is nice. So are the highways now. So guys, jump on it, man. Roll with the development. Don't make the cranes go up and come down and you not on it. You have to be on the train. And I'm telling you, the ship leave the sail already. Here, leave the port. So if you are still waiting, you have to go fly now to catch a ship. You can't walk up on the port again. Less about Aju. He is a poor leader. This is not what good look like. Poor growth, high crime rate.
What is Aju?
I don't know. Don't know what is Aju. But you know, I find Jamaicans listen to all of these crime, what do you call them, bloggers. Every day them come up with this happened down there. I'm like, really, that happened? Because people tell me these things. I don't listen to those. I don't listen to the crime thing. I don't even listen to Crime Time News at 7 o'clock. That's the name now. And the prime time news again, not Tony.
Crime Time.
Crime Time. CVM on TV, Jane, need to do better.
Mm-hmm.
Things I don't like about Jamaican healthcare is no ambulance. If there's an accident, you'll be thrown in the back of a van to go to the hospital. It's terrible. Yes, Maxine.
That is terrible.
That is terrible, Maxine, for sure. I agree with you on that one. Really, we need to get that down. What is, I don't even know. They're putting in fire stations. I don't know why they can't put in proper ambulance service.
But the ambulance service should be at the fire station.
Yeah. And train the people. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, man. All right, so Sophia says, true, we need to track the educational progress of each student. Yes, that's a weakness in the system. And all it takes is a database. But that's a vision them do have. But maybe them listen to this and them will pass it on.
Or maybe some principal who just got big salary increase will take some initiative.
Yeah.
And bring it to the next meeting.
Yeah. Or build a database, man. Ladies.
But the schools have database now, you know, like the high schools. Most of them have started putting in database for record keeping. So they just need to add another component to it.
Right. So Dwayne says, love you ladies to bits, but I beg to differ with the politician salary increase. Yeah, we're going to differ on that one. I think that pay increases are necessary. What we should be talking about is if we don't think he's doing a good job, remove him or put somebody else there. Mm-hmm. It's the office of the Prime Minister that has the pay. And we determine who goes into the office of Prime Minister. What I think we're not doing, if you don't think he's doing a good job, vote him out. Put somebody else in there. But don't complain that the office of the Prime Minister position don't deserve the pay. It's not the man we're paying. It is the office of the Prime Minister, the position that he holds, right? So therefore, anybody coming there must be compensated properly so that we can now attract people to come there. So Dwayne, you can do that work. Put yourself up for the job. Put yourself up for the job and do a good job. I think for the most part, the politicians, yes, them do something sometime when me have to wonder if them serious. But I guess they're humans too. I remember that the politicians are drawn from the society. So if the society thief, if we are criminal, if we love bad mind people, then whoever sits in government is drawn from the society. Is a sample of the society. Remember, that's what it is. Why you jump off? Trying to read. Hi all. Yes, time will tell, Dwayne. Time will tell. But time has already tell. I think they've done a good job. They kept inflation low for years. They also kept interest rates low. It's just now it going up. So those of you who are smart, you would have invested when interest rates were low, and you would have paid off those properties already. Interest rate being high now should not have affected you, unless you do like us and go jump in a new market. Like JN Wright. Oh, we're moving the interest rate to 8 point whatever percent. We just roll my eye and say, yes, I knew this was coming. But we can't go sell the camel at 44 million. So you see, even them moving the interest rate don't even affect me. Because think about it. Pay 17.3, 2 million in fees and whatever. Both to them and Kamala. And paying what, 100 and something for mortgage, like 100 and 610. So that mortgage might move now to 116. If I keep the Camelot for 2 years, and this is the maths I did in my head. If I keep the Camelot for 2 years, that's gonna be like 2 point something million added to the price, right? So if I keep the Camelot for 2 years, don't put any tenant in it, just go and pay the 100 and whatever. That's me banking money in the land banking. So instead of me putting on 120,000 a month in the bank as savings, I'm paying the bank the mortgage.
Right.
So I'm saving the money in Camelot, right? So let us say I had the 2 million. What was the deposit on the Camelot? 1 point something. No, 5%. 900 and something with escalation. JN knocked me over with most 2 million worth of fees. JN, man, I want a good man. J. So JN knocked me with some fees. So even that. So I'm in 1 million with the deposit and the fees for them. 2 million with JN, that's 3 million. And I'm in another maybe 2.5 for the mortgage. That's how much? 5.5 million. After for the two, if the two, remember the 2 years roll off. So I'll be in 5.5 million. So I sell for, I'm not be greedy. No, I'm not want a 44. Remember some me we take 34 million. Myself at 34 million, pay back Jane 16. Somebody do the maths. So sell for 34, pay back Jane 16, she's on a board. Pay the, let us say I give her a real time, me sell it. 5, take off 10% of the 34, that's 3.4 million. For fees, pay the realtor, pay the lawyer, pay the government transfer tax. So I'm knock off.
Yeah, 14 million.
How much money I make? When I'm doing the maths, I paid 16.5 for the place. So I pay 17.5 for the place. I pay back Jane 16. Then I am going to pay 10% out of the 34 million, which is 3.4.
Call that 4 million. You're at 14 million.
So I'm paying out 14 or I'm paying out more?
You're getting 14 million.
I'm getting 14 million. And out of the 14 million, 5.5 is my money that I would have paid Jane for fees, paid the deposit, and I would have paid 2 years worth of mortgage. How much will I make? I make 8.5 million. Not bad for 2 years work. Damn, could I even do that 3 times more than the prime minister pay?
And it's not stocky. You have to sit down and watch it every day like a hawk.
Come on, guys. Because I couldn't tell you last I go to that Camelot house, right? Now them Tell me say all the solar water heater that leak. I have to ask my neighbor to turn off, block off for me, please.
You're not going to fix it.
Next week, we'll deal with that one. It will lock off already, so just have to go up the water bill. So people, somebody tell me now. If it's not easy ever make money in the real estate, that was sit down in the Prime Minister office.
I know, right?
So why are you sitting here talking about? Plus that same Prime Minister that you're not cussing out and going on about him don't deserve him pay. He's the one who dropped the transfer tax to 2%. 2%.
Not only that, I think he's the one who dropped the thing that's now only
2,500. The stamp duty.
Mm-hmm.
That was killing us at 7.5% of the sale price. Mm-hmm. So now, the real estate look good now, don't? You only have to pay 2% transfer tax, 2,500 stamp duty, guys. You'd have what you mean for that alone. No, seriously. I think about it.
I know he made those of us who own real estate that a little bit richer.
Plus, there's no capital gains tax. Mm-hmm. Some of you live in America, Canada, England, not for far out that one sell. Capital gains tax. We don't have any of that. And the Prime Minister and his wife is in building construction. So what that tell you? That is a business they're in. Mm-hmm. What that tell you? Maybe that's a business you should be in. Because you'll always have policies that come out in your favor.
Right.
Which Prime Minister may sound like now? Fundamentally speaking. All right. So love you ladies. But so the way they still different with me. Tell me the way. Now if I just said that a while ago. Come talk to me. Tell me. You still well on Tony, you fly too much.
No, I just
if you fly too much.
That was still the way.
No, wasn't doing. Go up some more. No man doing I go bounce back no man. Go down.
Okay, here.
So the way I want you hit me back, man. Tell me, man, if I just get a whole of that, I say I make 9 million in 2 years. I can't make, could I make more? I say 44 million in the target. You think I'm going to get the 44 million after 2 years? I'm only 1 year in now. Because I got it last year, May, and this is June. So I'm only 1 year. I had budgeted for 2 years.
Well, if his sell, yours will sell for that or more if you sell yours next year.
Yeah. So Dwayne, talk to me. Hi all, who's doing well? Do you have any idea how much an acre of land in Gazeland is going for in US? It's off the main road on your way to Junction. I have no clue.
Junction, St. Elizabeth?
St. Elizabeth has self enough money still, but I don't know. I'll have to check. Totally give me same thing as to say. Love you ladies, what I beg to differ. Time will tell. Yeah, Dwayne, me, I wait for you to hit me up. Don't scroll down. Camelot has no amenities though. That's fine. You use swimming pool. I don't. Use lawn tennis court, netball court, badminton court. I don't buy any of these places or those things. I'm not even putting my foot in the water.
And I think to a lot of older people, returning residents type people who use it as second homes, they don't really use the amenities in the community when they're there.
Yeah, they don't. And besides, without those amenities, your maintenance should be cheaper. Miss Davis, Miss Claudia, who is buying those 35 million plus apartments in Kingston and St. Andrew? Are they only investors? Mostly, yes. Mostly, yes. But no, the civil servant never gonna buy it.
All the NHT ones that couldn't sell the other day.
Yeah.
It just became affordable.
But yeah. All of them never sell now. Boom. Salary gone up. $10 million. Why you talk about? How much mortgage you can give you $10 million? Enough. Do you know of any properties available in the area? Oh no, Caroline, I don't work in that area. Too far. I cannot want good for you if you don't want good for yourself. Rusty Willow. I like that one. True. I know what I refer to. But you can't want good for you if you don't want good for yourself. You have to want it for yourself. And there's a thing, you look and you say you want to be rich, but you don't like rich people.
I know, right?
So how that work? How does that work? Tell me, how does it work, guys? It don't work. If you want to be rich, you have to like rich people. I thought the PMPA was unfair, but after you just explain and show all the other public sector increases, I hope the PM and opposition leader should accept their increase. Thank you, Veronica. So them never plan to accept it. They make public opinion and deter them. I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Prime Minister, go and accept your pay and do your work. Do your work. Right? Yes, Sophia, son. Only investors, yes, but civil servants going to jump in now for sure. Do you know of any properties? No, I cannot. Yeah. You have any more? Can you scroll?
Yeah, you can scroll.
I see one that Kenrick asks over here. So what's over here?
Where?
NHG pre-approvals online. Is it only for local? No, man, Kenrick. Go on to the NHG portal. Anybody who is a contributor of NHG can go onto the NHG portal and see everything. You get your pre-approval. You can see your contributions. So you kind of know how much you have given them over the years. You can know how much your contribution refund is supposed to be for this year. Yeah, man. My aunt owns a piece of land in the country. She passed away many decades ago. Both of her children have also passed. The land has been sitting there in the bushes. Can I just build on it? On it, of course. Go and build on it and take it, yes. Nobody no want it. And then you can claim adverse possession. Yeah. 12 years, no disturbance. Adverse, you get it under adverse possession. You can ask me how you do that. 12 years, you just go and say you live there, you keep and care, you build a house on it.
But find out if the children have children.
Apparently not. In the country, she passed away. Both of her children have also passed. So her children, those children don't have any children. Find out.
Okay. Someone had asked about Gazeland. I'm not seeing anything specific to Gazeland, but I'm seeing here 1 acre of land in the hills of Southeast St. Elizabeth Junction side. It's sold for, let me see. They're asking 6.5, 1.1 acre. Let me see if it's sold.
Up in the bush?
Yeah.
I don't know Gazeland. I don't know St.
No, it hasn't been sold as yet. It was just listed April 25th. Not sold yet.
Hey ladies, do you know of a piece of property that someone could put down payment on and make monthly payments from Canada? I don't know anybody doing that. No. Usually you have to get a loan, PS evolving. You have to get a loan from a bank. But you live in Canada, you can qualify for a loan. Just WhatsApp me and I give you a mortgage officer from JN. Or Tony can put the link in. What about Portland? We're still waiting on. We have a project coming up in Portland, but we're still waiting on approvals. My goodness. No civil servants and I get paid now, I need to do no work fast.
I'm seeing another part here. Red Bank, Junction, St. Elizabeth. Another 1.1 acre. No, 2.75 acres. Sorry. They're asking 8 million. It's been listed since January, not sold as yet.
Yeah, St. Elizabeth land's not that high price. You have to pay transfer tax on new development. Not us. Not you are the developer deals with that. They get a special thing. A special rate and all of that. They get a break on those things. So usually on your side, you won't see that on your closing costs. You'll just see the stamp duty of $2,500. But when you sell back the land, you pay the 2%, right? I thought the PMPA increase was unfair, but after read that already. All the other public sector, I hope the PM and opposition leaders should accept their increases. Of course. Of course. The public don't inform. You see, part of the PR machinery is what they should have done when they were there arguing about the price, the increase. They should have made it public. What it is that we're offering the public sector. Make it public. Come out, get on the radio stations, get in the airwaves and explain to us, because it's taxpayers paying it, It's tax money paying it. Me and you, tax money. So nothing is wrong in saying to us, This is a pay scale. We're going to raise the head nurse pay from 3 million to X million, from 4 million. Tell us, the public, what it is. Right? It's not a secret. Not a
No, what they should
secret.
have done was some PR work. Like they should really bring out nurses and see what nurses do, because people don't know what these people do.
No, no, yeah, them don't know.
They don't know the level of work that is involved in the positions.
At the end, the prime minister would be good.
Yeah.
Prime minister, opposition leader, members of parliament, on a really need to let some camera follow no. A day in the life of the prime minister or the opposition leader or whoever.
Mm-hmm.
People at work start like when me start work. 4 a.m. Mm-hmm. Success is by design. Not by what?
Chance.
I taught that last week or week before.
Mm-hmm.
Those of you who are here will remember it. Success is by design, not by chance. All right. What else?
This is such a nice.
If you get married in the US and divorced in the US, but you have a house in Jamaica, can your husband claim half of your house? Of course.
It doesn't matter where the property is.
But you can't claim if the who buy it though. No. Hold on. His name is on the title. If his name is on the title, then yes, half of it is his. His name not on the title. Did you buy it before you got married or after you got married? If you bought it after you got married, then he can have some claim, yes.
Where are you reading?
I'm here. But it's the same thing there.
If you get married in the US and divorced in the US, but you have a house in Jamaica, can your spouse claim half of your house? So you're saying that it matters if you bought the house before you married him or during your marriage to him.
Right.
And if he's ever spent any time in the house too.
Yeah. You bought the house before. All right. If you bought the house before, did it act as his matrimonial home? So they were you living in the property together. If you're living in the property together, you might have a claim, yes. Mm-hmm. But if you bought the house before you're married to him, you shouldn't. No. I don't think any court would give him that. At least not a Jamaican court.
Did he do any improvements to the house during your marriage? Could be.
Make any addition.
She said no.
She said no. All right. So you shouldn't. You have to pay transfer tax now. No.
Oh, that's the end of the questions. Divinity was the last person on our list.
Scroll up a little. I think you missed one. I'm in the UK. Her 2 grandchildren are not living in Jamaica. They left many years ago and never returned to live. No matter, I'm still entitled. But you can go there. All right, to get it, all right, if you want to go the legal way, you'd have to go probate 2 set of will. The will for the auntie and the will for the 2 children that died. Probate.
Or administration without will.
Administration without will. So it would go to the kids, children. They could get the children now to just say they're not interested in it and give it to you. Mm-hmm. You don't want to go through that with them. You can move on to it, bill it. 12 years, nobody disturb you. Then you can claim on the adverse possession. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You should take land. You see, we have so much idle lands that I don't have a problem with people taking over idle lands. And land too idle. So Tony, make sure in the land you have your fence up. Put a no trespass sign. Those of you who have idle land, you should fence it up with a no trespass sign. Cut it. Say no trespassing. Violators will be prosecuted. All of those.
Yeah, it's as simple as that, really.
Right. Which is why I want to get the Portland going, because the longer we keep it there, somebody will move
you
on.
Get a trespasser.
Yeah.
And it's prime for a trespasser too, because it's right.
It's on the main. Yeah. Can people steal your land by paying the taxes? Not only paying the taxes, they have to be
in possession.
What we call in possession. So they have to actively be in possession. Them fence it, them tie out them goat and cow on it, them put a little house on it, them live there,
They plant 100 coconut trees.
Yeah. In possession, guys. But don't leave your tax Your land tax not paid enough. Pay your land tax. But that's the first thing people look for when they want take away your land.
Mm-hmm.
They look to see if you're paying the taxes. To pay your
Right,
taxes.
because that's really the bare minimum you could do.
Yeah.
Go online and just click pay.
Pay. Yeah. Pay your taxes. And if you don't pay all of it, you pay a little till it done, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are we collecting more property tax too, guys?
But you know, in some countries, the government actually like puts your property up for sale if you
Yeah.
don't pay your
After 2
taxes.
years, those of you living in the States know that. If you don't pay, you might miss this year, but don't miss next year. You won't have no property. Gone up. Call it tax lien. And they will only sell it for the taxes. You see? And I'm glad so Jamaica not stay so. And now cause Jamaica, what the best country in the state there? Is there a highway from Spanish Town to Highgate? Spanish Town?
No, only the toll.
No, but you can't reach Spanish Town. No, man. Spanish Town, to get to Spanish Town, you have to come into St. Andrew to get to Highgate.
There's not even any back road. Because I mean,
No,
when
man.
you think
have to
about
come in
it,
a-
St. Catherine and St. Mary's, but so
You ever come into St. Andrew, find yourself up at Stony Hill, and then go through the junction and turn left at the bridge.
that's the only way.
Yeah, forget the bridge name. Turn left at the bridge and you're in Highgate. All right, that looks like no more questions to it.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So this week was a question week. Actually, a presentation for you, but come back next week because I think we learned a lot this week.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
And thanks everyone for speaking up and joining the discussion.
Right. And remember to like,
share, and subscribe.
Yeah, share the channel.
Remember to like this video.
Oh, yeah. Thumbs up to this video. I bet before. All right, no more questions. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a good Sunday dinner. All right. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
How do I end?